Live from the local station, this is Weather Authority Weekday.
Hey there, good Friday morning. We made it, yeah. And what a great start to a Friday. We did have some patchy fog in areas. We had a dense fog advisory in southeast Georgia, in through the Nassau County area. And honestly, that has all burned away and we're left behind with some pretty nice conditions across the area. And I think they're only going to get better. All right, here's a look at the Jacksonville International Airport. No weather delays at the airport today. Always check ahead with your airline, but look at the skies through here and it is quite pretty with just couple lone clouds floating on through. It's 74 degrees. Already our high yesterday ended up being 82 degrees. We have a wind out of the east at 3 and the humidity starting to drop. All right, from the airport to the marina in Julington Creek, these boats are just itching to get out on the water today. It is going to be beautiful with light winds, warm conditions, pretty blue skies. It is actually quite a great day to be out on a boat. Or, you know what? If you can't be on a boat, maybe you can be on a beach. They're setting up there. Look at all those tents on the beach there. They're setting up for the Supergirl Surf Festival. Not only is it just surfing, okay? These really amazing girls are going to be out there, women are going to be out there surfing on 1 to 2 foot waves. But they're all going to be on 1 to 2 foot waves. So, you know, the competition is on smaller waves. However, there's a skate competition, there's a 5K, there's volleyball, there's soccer, there's flag football, there's so much fun. There's concerts, there's the plain white tees, right? Sunday night. So this is going to be at the Seawalk Pavilion and right here at the pier, and they're getting those tents all set up for all the fun to begin tomorrow morning, Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here in our backyard. And these girls are fierce and powerful, and it's going to be amazing. So head on out if you get a chance. Today, well, it's a low tide coming up at 3:21, so we're in the high tide era right now. It was around 9 o'clock, and then high tide will roll around again this evening at 9:15, and then high tide for the water at the Main Street Bridge is at 11 o'clock this morning. So pretty nice day so far for the tides, and the temperatures across the area are moving on up into the 70-degree range. 68 still in Green Cove. There was some haziness there, but I think otherwise we'll be moving on up towards that 80-degree mark in no time. All right, here is Futurecast. Now, the next several days, we have warm weather. So the weekend's going to be on the warm side. Even on Saturday, we have the opportunity to tie or break a record high. You know, the record for Saturday is 85 degrees, and it was set last year. So it was a warm November start last year, but what the November last year didn't really have, that we're gonna have, is this cold front that's coming through on Saturday into Sunday, bringing in with some rainy conditions. It's gonna be light rain. It's not gonna be a ton of accumulation opportunity, and maybe even fire off a thunderstorm or two. But for the most of us, we will remain on the dry side of this cold front. And then once it moves on out, you know what it's gonna leave behind? What cold fronts typically do? Cold air. I mean, we're not talking about just plain cold air. We're talking about cold, dry, frosty air that's going to come in. So the front moves through on Sunday, which makes our Monday morning in the upper 40s, mid 40s, upper 40s, with a high in like the 60-degree range for Monday. However, it's Tuesday morning when that cold air really starts to sink in. After a cold day on Monday, there's nothing but cold air left behind to sink in behind it on Tuesday. So this could be the first light freeze that we have for fall. I mean, keep in mind, we already had winter, right, at the beginning of this year. So we had cold temperatures in January, February. But now this is the first light freeze for fall. Typically, it comes in December, beginning of December. We're a month early. But these frosty conditions could cause some light frost across our area, our lawns, our roofs, our plants. We're going to make sure our pets are indoors. We want to make sure we take care of the people next door, our elderly folks and friends in our neighborhood and our families. And we're just going to want to make sure everybody's warm. So that's going to be Tuesday morning when we have these really cold temperatures. However, throw in a northwesterly cold wind, right? And that sinking air, and it's going to feel even frostier than that. Wednesday, we still have another opportunity for frosty temperatures. So we could have 2 very cold days in a row coming up next week. But first, we have a very warm weekend ahead, and we have a very warm day here across our area. So In our Duval County, Nassau County, Northeast Florida counties, we have temperatures that will be in the upper 70s out at the beaches, low 80s inland. It should be quite beautiful. We'll go up about 10 degrees more than where we are now. And then on the west side of town, west of I-95, east of I-75, temperatures again, Keystone Heights, Stark, Lake Butler, Gainesville, 82, 83 degrees. It's going to be lovely for your Friday. And then in southeast Georgia, even though you started out under a cloud of fog, it's going to burn off, and now you're going to have temperatures in the low 80s, even all the way out to the Golden Isles, where temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s. So quite a lovely day ahead and quite a beautiful weekend ahead as well, with plenty to go on, including the fair. The Greater Jacksonville Agricultural Fair is more than just rides. So there's a ton going on at the fair, including racing pigs. Tonight at 7:15. The gates open at 5. The rides start turning at 5. Sunsets around 5:30. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s. It's going to be perfect night to be out at the fair. Great food, fun, and fair rides. The fair closes at 11 o'clock tonight, and temperatures will be in the 60s. So then overnight temperatures will drop into the lower 60s by 2 a.m. It'll be a little bit warmer tomorrow morning than we saw this morning. I think by tomorrow morning we'll be in the upper 50s for most folks, and even the mid 50s out west. Now, we can't rule out another opportunity for some fog tomorrow morning as well. But again, our temperatures on Saturday, look at this. I mean, mid 80s on a Saturday in November. Sign me up. So don't put away the flip-flops yet. Don't put away the tank tops yet. Keep them out. But while you're out and about, keep in mind, you're going to want to find the jackets, find your sweaters, because that's when we're going to start the cool down, is on Monday. Now, the thing about the warm weekend ahead of a cold front is it's the weekend, which is great. But then the cold front starts on Monday, where our high is only going to be 61. So that's a 20-degree difference between the high temperatures on Sunday and the high temperatures on Monday. 20-degree difference. But then the difference in the morning, Tuesday morning, the good thing is it's Veterans Day. Schools are closed. Some folks don't have to work. And at least you don't have to go freeze at the bus stop on Tuesday morning for the kiddos. Wednesday morning, now we're going to have to make sure everybody's bundled up good. And the high on Wednesday, though, we finally get back to the upper 60s. Now, our average temperature for this time of year is about 76 degrees. So while we're above average this weekend, we're going to be severely below average beginning on Monday. So quite a roller coaster ride of temperatures over the next 5 to 7 days. By Thursday, we finally bounce back up to where we should be for this time of year. So that about will do it here for today's edition of the Weather Authority Weekday. I'm meteorologist Michelle McCormick. Join me at noon, and I will update you again on what you can expect for today, this weekend, and on into next week. So make it a great Friday, and we'll see you back at noon.
See why every day more people are choosing News4JAX, Northeast Florida and South Georgia's #1 source for local news.